Ayy, so amazing. You see how they playing? LiveWire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is LiveWire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
What's good, Washington Commander fans? All right, we know what it is, you know what it is, and here it is. So the NFL Financial Committee unofficially approves the Commander's sale for Josh Harris, pending on Thursday's vote on Thursday. But nevertheless, it's approved. But it's unofficially approved, so that means on Thursday it will be officially approved by vote. The Daniel Snyder era will come to an end. Finally. I can't express how much this is going to be a relief for this franchise, for the city of Maryland, Virginia, and DC. This has been a long time coming, folks. And despite all the reports last week saying that Daniel Snyder might hold this up because he still wants to be a dignified and everything like that, but at the same time, the NFL owners was going to get him out of there one way or the other and let the chips fall where they may. Daniel Snyder has been a thorn in the NFL side for years, because of his buffoonery, his way of handling the franchise, not really putting the franchise in a position to succeed throughout the years. He had coaches in place. He just didn't execute or giving them what they want. And I'm talking about Monty Schottenheimer and actually Mike Shanahan. I'm not talking about the other coaches. Joe Gibbs came and going with his second 10 year. You know what I'm saying? But Joe Gibbs was a little bit older. But I'm talking about Monty Schottenheimer when Daniel Snyder took over this team. This team was in a position to win. Daniel Snyder destroyed all of that with a blink of an eye. And then look where we at. When Kyle Shanahan came, we had the coaches. Everybody was in place. We had everything. We ended up drafting Robert Griffin III, second overall to Andrew Luck. Then we ended up later in the draft, we got Kirk Cousins. And we still couldn't. RG3 gave us that good season, but he got injured. We never recovered from that. That was a big blow. If they had let Kyle Shanahan and Mike Shanahan ran the team, we could have probably been well ahead of what we was. Nevertheless, then you hired Bruce Allen. He didn't want to pay players. We lost players. You know, we could have had Kirk Cousins despite of his certain limitations, deficiency, but Kirk Cousins was a serviceable quarterback. We had Alfred Morris there. We could have drafted players, built this team around Kirk Cousins, and got this team in the better. We had offensive linemen in place. We didn't want to play. Now, our defense was not that great, but at the same time, we did things that could have made this team a little bit less painful during that time. Then we fast forward some more. You know, we struggle. We went from Mike Shanahan to Jay Gruden, now Ron Rivera. And I think that if all the allegations with Daniel Snyder didn't come out, this franchise would still been messed up. This franchise would still been messed up. And it's a shame to say that, you know, but the reality is it would have. Daniel Snyder would have still messed this franchise up. Daniel Snyder still would have put this franchise in a bad situation. He probably would have, honestly, he probably would have fired Ron Rivera by now. Ron Rivera probably would have got fired last year. especially when we didn't make the playoffs, we would have had a new coach. Rather have been Eric Bieniemy or somebody else that would have came in there just for the money. But I say this, thank goodness everything had came to light, and the pressure of Congress and everybody else pressuring Daniel Snyder to sell this team. Because from what had happened with the first report, paying $10 million, and Roger Goodell was in the middle of it, it was still shot shaky. And I think Roger Goodell got pressure from the other owners to get Daniel Snyder out of there because they knew how detrimental Daniel Snyder was. He had dirt on these guys. And rather Daniel Snyder still put dirt out on these guys after the sale on Thursday, but nevertheless, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I say this to say that I'm glad. I've been wanting this for a long time. Just been wanting this for a long time. So now Ryan Young from Yahoo Sports, he wrote in his column today that the NFL Financial Committee met on Monday remotely to unofficially approve Daniel Snyder's $6.5 billion deal to sell the Commanders to Josh Harris, according to the Washington Post. Now, the NFL and Daniel Snyder also have reached an agreement to resolve their legal issues. Didn't know that, so now probably that's why this is an unofficial deal, because they have reached agreement to resolve their legal issues. No, but we'll probably find out on Thursday or probably tomorrow sometime. Who knows? But this is where we at. So thank God for this. Although there wasn't an official vote taken during the financial committee meeting, a straw poll was conducted and the sale was unanimously supported. The NFL team owners are expected to vote approval the sale during meetings Thursday in Minneapolis, and at least 24 other 32 owners must approve the sale for it to pass. Assuming that the vote takes place, the sale will close as soon as Friday. Bam, as soon as Friday. So therefore, we have a report on Thursday. I will do a live show on Thursday, and then I'll turn around and do another live show on Friday to recap everything. Or just do a video on Friday to recap everything. I'll do a live on Thursday, but it probably will be like Thursday night when I do a live. Anyway, Harris, who is the majority owner of the NBA 76ers, New Jersey Devils, reached a preliminary deal with Snyder to purchase the Commanders for $6 billion in April. So it's been a while. We haven't hardly had the news, but you know how that goes. The deal has been described as a complex deal, with the team owners reportedly concerned about both the large sum of the limited partners and involved of the debt acquisition the group has taken on. But they had to, because who was going to buy this team? And I don't think, and I know a lot of people say Jeff Bezos, but at the same time, did he wanted to come in and clean up all of Daniel Snyder's mess and throw all of his money in there? No. So why not get somebody that's already in sports that have limited partners that could all pitch in together and clean this up? I mean, it makes a little bit of logic sense, or whatever the case. But anyway, and for them to require general partner owned, they have to at least 30%. Have to put down at least 30% of the team. The league also profits the group from taking on more than $1 billion in debt. The team is said to be sold for $1.5 billion, more than what Daniel Snyder sold. What the Daniel Broncos sold for it a year ago. would set a record at the time. While it has been a lengthy process, the goal, the financial community members and the Denver Broncos owner Jeff Fisher say it was always to have the sale finalized before the season start. Snyder is still being investigated, which we all know that, over sexual harassment, workplace misconduct, and financial improper allegations. According to the Washington Post, the NFL investigations into Daniel Snyder and the team could be released soon after the sale is done on Friday. And that's what I'm waiting on right there. That's what I'm looking forward to. I want to see how the NFL is going to put this report out. You know what I'm saying? This is, and that's why I think if this was already done back in April or May, I believe the Washington Commanders would have got Hard Knocks. I firmly believe that. I would think they would have got it over the Jets, but I think they still might get some part of the end season because this is what they wanted. They wanted the sale to be done. For what reports what I have heard for the last few weeks saying that they wanted the Commanders to be in season Hard Knocks. So, but they have to wait to the approval of the sale. So now, hopefully we'll get some form of announcement of them getting in season Hard Knocks. Hopefully, and it would be great. It definitely would be great. I would love it. But as I said before, this has gotten crazy because reports about last week about who leaked John Gruden's email is a Daniel Snyder and what's the guy named Roger Goodell. So hopefully we'll feel. I want to know what legal issues that the Grid League came up with, because still John Gruden still is taking them to court, and if anything come out, it's not going to serve, because I think these people is going to come after Daniel Snyder, and if this report comes out, it's going to blow a whole wide open situation, and it's going to be crazy. And like Mark Massey and Nikki Giovanni reported on Thursday. Reported that Thursday report noted that while Snyder is not seeking for the league and the league owners to indemnify him against future liability, the complications related to the willingness of Snyder and his family to indemnify the league and owners against liability related to the Gruden case. So, all right. So, okay. So he wants to be indemnified. Him and his family wants to be indemnified, the league and owners against liability related to the Gruden case, but not to be indemnified from future legal liability. But I don't see how the league could do that. You know what I'm saying? Snyder's attorney are arguing that Snyder should not be responsible for any legal liability stemming from the actions of NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell and league attorney Jeff Posh. Yet the latest reports suggest there is agreement to resolve all these outstanding issues. If that's the result in the sale closing Friday, it could clear the way for former Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Mary Jo Wright to release the findings of all ongoing investigations for Daniel Snyder. I don't know, because the thing about it is that I don't see how the league can indemnify Daniel Snyder from the John Gruden case, because if John Gruden goes to trial and he finds out that Daniel Snyder was the one, that cannot eliminate him, because that's beyond the NFL, and they can prosecute Daniel Snyder. So therefore, I don't see how in the league could guarantee that he is going to have some kind of identification to where he be protected against the John Gruden case. I just don't see that happening. I think the league probably say yeah or agree to it, and just to get him to sell the team. Because I think if that's the case, Daniel Snyder was gonna hold his sale up on Thursday. So we'll see, man. Strange things has happened in this time, but who knows? But let me know what you guys think. Should Daniel Snyder be protected? I say no. Let him go down in flame. He don't burn this excuse my language, but he don't burn this damn franchise down for 20 something plus years. Hell, let him burn down. Let him be burned down. So, but anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back to y'all sometime today with some more reports on some other issues. Definitely will be doing a live stream on Thursday for the Washington Commanders and the sale. But stay tuned. This ain't over yet, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Anytime I drop a hardcore video. This your boy LiveWire, and I'm out.